On a court, a boy named Shoyo is looking at a volleyball net. He pictures hands above the net and wonders what it would look like on the other side. Who's going to tell him that the net is see-through? The scene cuts to him riding a bike and watching a volleyball match on the TV. He stares in awe at the high flyers and listens to the commentary speaking about the player nicknamed the Little Giant, who is able to jump high as fuck despite being short. The old men comment that the Little Giant is from Karasuno High School situated in the neighboring town, and Shoyo is amazed. 3 years later, we can see Shoyo running down the steps to the volleyball gym where a tournament is being held at. Since it is his first time playing at a tournament, he is super excited and thanks his teammates for helping him get in. Despite this, his teammates are just his friends who have never even played volleyball before. Still, Shoyo is looking to win. Just then, a group of players walk in, startling Shoyo as they are fucking humongous. The team is from Kitagawa Daiichi Junior High School. Suddenly, the crowd starts cheering, and the other competitors get intimidated as a player nicknamed the King is playing. Did I just hear someone talk about my royal king LeBron James? Never mind, it is just a Kageyama Tobio, an amazing setter from Kitagawa. Later, some players from Kitagawa mention the Yukigaka Junior High team, as all the players there are the same height as elementary school kids. Shoyo overhears them and tells them not to underestimate his team while dying from constipation. Soon, Tobio comes out looking annoyed, instructing the players to start their warm-ups. As Tobio walks away, he hears them making fun of Shoyo and reminds his teammates that they are not even on the bench. Bro Loki acting like LeBron. Tobio walks towards Shoyo questioning Shoyo's abilities, but Shoyo assures Tobio that he is only here to win. But when Tobio hears this, he gets pissed as he is aiming to win this tournament and reach the national level. Tobio walks away, and Izumi immediately runs to check on Shoyo. Later, Shoyo's team watches Tobio warm up. Tobio scolds his teammate for not being able to spike his set. Bro is blaming his teammates for his shit sets. Later, Kitagawa and Yukigaka stand in a line before the match. When the ball is served, Shoyo's team is unable to receive it and completely fails to even touch the ball, but Shoyo is not alarmed. He cheers his team up and is determined to win. The scene flashes back to Shoyo being informed that he is the only member of the volleyball club in school, but Shoyo is determined to become the next Little Giant. He trains all by himself while the girls' team plays. As the girls go for a run around the court, Shoyo asks his friend to toss the ball for him to spike, but his friend is too embarrassed and doesn't do it. His classmates make fun of him for joining the girls' volleyball team, wanting to know who he is trying to pull. As Kitagawa scores more and more points, the scene keeps flashing back to Shoyo constantly asking his friends to practice with him. As his friend accidentally tosses it wrong, Shoyo jumps very high. The scene cuts to him setting the ball. Shoyo jumps up and spikes it, but it gets blocked, making Shoyo disappointed in himself. As Kitagawa continues to obliterate Shoyo's team, Shoyo doesn't give up on spiking the ball. The scoreboard controllers are impressed with Shoyo's jumping ability and feel bad for him. Meanwhile, Tobio is still fucking mad for no reason, and his teammates gossip about him being so serious, sparking an argument. As Shoyo goes to receive a serve, he completely misses and rolls into the wall. The score is now 24-7 and Kitagawa only needs 1 point to win. Shoyo's teammates question why he is trying so hard even though they are clearly outmatched, but Shoyo gives him a condescending look, reminding him that they haven't lost yet. The ball is served and Yukigaka tries their best to receive the ball. As they hit the ball to the other side, the player from Kitagawa could not be bothered to chase after the ball, causing Yukigaka to score a point. Tobio is pissed once again as that wasn't a lucky point by Shoyo's team. They serve the ball and receive it back, but when Shoyo's teammate goes to set it, the ball slips from his hand. Tobio wonders what the fuck just happened. Suddenly, Shoyo zooms past him, flies up, and spikes the ball into the ground. Shoyo rolls into the barricade and immediately looks at the umpire, but his team did not score as the ball was spiked out of bounds, resulting in Kitagawa winning. Tobio is aware that Shoyo is a fucking god at volleyball and Kitagawa only won because Shoyo's teammates were ass. Shoyo walks into line, upset about his results, while some players from Karasuno comment about both Tobio and Shoyo's abilities. Outside, Shoyo sees the Kitagawa team and rushes to Tobio. While crying, he proclaims to Tobio that he will defeat him and be the last one standing. How is bro almost the same height as Tobio while being on the stairs? Tobio tells Shoyo to become strong and walks away. Shoyo turns back to thank his friends, and over the next few months, Shoyo keeps training and jogging every day. He soon graduates junior high and joins Karasuno High School. On club recruitment day, Shoyo immediately rushes to the volleyball court, looking forward to defeating Tobio in the future, but when he arrives, he is surprised to see Tobio inside as well. In his first and last game in middle school, his team got obliterated by Tobio, and Shoyo wanted to get revenge by joining Karasuno High School. Yet, standing before him is Tobio in Karasuno's uniform. Shoyo wonders why Karasuno is here and remembers him being a Karen. Even though Shoyo expects Tobio to have already forgotten him, Tobio actually remembers Shoyo very vividly because Shoyo is crazy athletic but doesn't know how to use it. Shoyo proclaims that he only came here to take revenge on Tobio, but he can't anymore since Tobio will be on the same team as him. Tobio has been rejected from the school with the best team despite being known as the king, but Tobio doesn't like that nickname. Suddenly, they hear chattering outside. 3 students walk in and greet Tobio while Shoyo sneaks around like a rat. Getting excited to meet the volleyball team, Shoyo tries to introduce himself, but they completely ignore him. They finally realize that Shoyo is there and are surprised to see him as he already made a grand impression in last year's tournament. As Shoyo mentions that he wants to be the ace of the team, Tobio gets pissed and tries to put Shoyo down. However, this upsets Shoyo, and he now wants Tobio to play him. Pause. Shoyo is a stupid idiot as you can't play one-on-one in volleyball. Just then, the vice principal comes in asking if they are fighting. Daichi assures the VP that everything is going fine, and Ryanosuke hints to Shoyo to chill since the VP is a crazy bastard. Still, Shoyo challenges Tobio, mentioning that he isn't the same person he was last year. Still the same height though. When Tobio does a jump serve, Shoyo is startled and falls back, but wants another try. Once again, Tobio serves the ball and surprisingly, Shoyo is able to predict its path, but when he goes to bump it, the ball bounces off and hits the VP. They make fun of him for his shiny bald head, and the VP wants a talk with Daichi. Luckily, the VP does not want an apology from them with the promise that they won't reveal he is bald. Daichi is the captain, by the way. Forgot to mention. Anyways, Daichi tells them that Karasuno was once good enough to compete in the nationals, but today, they are 8th in the prefecture and are nicknamed the Wingless Crows. Now Daichi wants the team to reach the nationals, and Shoyo pictures himself standing on the same court as Little Giant. Daichi, with a serious look on his face, walks to the 2 newbies and instructs them to work together. Mentioning that there will be no hatred within the team, he kicks them out of the club, only allowing them to come back once they have learned to work as a team. Shoyo pleads outside the stadium, promising to make up with Tobio. Tobio pushes Shoyo away, promising to not start any more fights, but Daichi opens the door and looks at him blankly. Feeling guilty, Tobio starts yapping and Daichi laughs as he closes the door in their faces. While the team is practicing inside, Shoyo watches through the window, wanting to touch the ball. Tobio cannot take it anymore and thinks that he should be let in purely because of his potential. He suggests challenging the team to a 2-on-2, so they can join the team if they win. Shoyo is scared that they might lose, but Tobio is extremely confident that they will definitely win. He tells Tobio his sob story about losing the tournament and assures Tobio that he is willing to do anything to join the team, even if it means looking at Tobio's dumb face. Suddenly, a girl walks past them to go into the gym. After practice, Ryanosuke bets that the 2 newbies are thinking of challenging them to a match. Just then, Tobio and Shoyo challenge the team to a match, and Ryanosuke can't stop laughing. Daichi informs them that there are 2 more applicants, so they will play a 3-on-3 match and assigns Ryanosuke to their team. The penalty for losing will be that Tobio cannot play as a setter. Tobio whines, proclaiming that he will be a setter for life, but Daichi tells him to suck it up as the match will be on Saturday. Koshi questions Daichi as to why he is being unusually harsh on the 2 newbies. Meanwhile, Tobio is outside stomping the ground like a child. He yaps about how cool being a setter is as they control the game by allowing the spiker to spike. They want to use the remaining time to practice before the match, but don't have a court to practice on. Just then, Ryanosuke pretends to ask when practice is, letting the 2 newbies know when nobody is using the court. The next day, the door is locked, but they see Ryanosuke with the keys. Ryanosuke remembers Daichi saying that both of the newbies are incredible talents that haven't been developed, as Tobio has never played with a good spiker and Shoyo has never played with a real setter before. He turns back to see them 2 fighting for who steps on the court first. As the lights turn on, Shoyo is determined to win the match.